We're here to announce the introduction of legislation we're calling the Retrofit for Energy and Environmental Performance Program. It is very simple. The proposition is that if we're going to attack global warming, if we're going to create jobs, if we're going to help revive the economy, one of the tools that is within our grasp to use is efficiency. Efficiency can result in a substantial reduction in homeowner bills that they pay for utilities, bills that our businesses pay for utilities. It can create jobs in our local communities, and it can contribute significantly to reducing global warming. The building stock that we have, residential and commercial, accounts for 50% of the global warming emissions, the greenhouse gases, in this country. It's an extraordinary amount. We have legislation that helps some of the low-income folks with the weatherization program and substantially added funds in the stimulus program. But what's been lacking is providing help to middle-class homeowners. What's been lacking is help for our struggling small businesses. And in Vermont, where we have an efficiency utility, we have found enormous benefit from doing what is the obvious and practical thing of helping folks, helping businesses implement efficiency savings. Last week we were in Burlington with a young family. They have a one-year-old child. They're looking for ways to save money, husband and wife. They were able to use Efficiency Vermont, install a number of efficiency savings, and they're going to save $1,300 a year on their bills. They're also, in the process, having to employ local carpenters, local plumber, local electrician. It's real jobs for real people in our community. And the byproduct, of course, is that it helps us significantly on greenhouse gas emissions. So what this bill does in very simple terms is that it would authorize the expenditure of $10 billion over 4 years, $2.5 billion a year. It would make incentives available to homeowners and to businesses who met targets of reducing their consumption by 10%, 20% or more, and the amount of help that they would get would be directly related to the energy savings that they achieved. The money would be distributed to the states, and the states would be free to fashion the program that best worked for them. So Vermont, where we have an energy efficiency utility, could consider using that, or it could consider using other alternatives. But in the end of the day, it would be a homeowner, it would be someone with a business making practical decisions about the energy saving steps they could take to cut down on their consumption, to save them money, and to provide jobs to the local community. So it's overdue that we attack global warming, revive our economy, and save folks money by using the tool that's right in front of our eyes to use. And we have a substantial list of co-sponsors on this legislation. My goal will be to build that list to get bipartisan support. Frankly, I think there'll be a lot of support on both sides of the aisle to do what in Vermont we'd consider to be a very common sense thing. Spend a little money to save a lot of money, spend that money at home to create jobs at home, and in the process do our share to cut down on global emissions. So thank you very much. We're joined today by a number of folks who have provided substantial leadership on this legislation and on climate change, job creation, and savings initiatives generally. Jim Presswood of the Natural Resources Defense Council, Steve Nadell of the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy, Emily Wadhams, a Vermonter of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, Michelle Moore from U.S. Green Buildings Council, and Matt Cooper of PEG.